Be careful who you invite into your home. Danger can wear the friendliest mask. In Kampala, a mother's trust was almost shattered by dark intentions hidden behind a friendly smile. A young mother, Lydia, had just returned to work after maternity leave. Her newborn son, Eli, was the center of her world. With her husband away on business, she hired a maid to help care for her child and manage the home. Sandra arrived with a warm smile, polite demeanor, and glowing recommendations. At first, Lydia was relieved. Finally, someone she could trust with her most precious treasure. Weeks passed, and everything seemed perfect. Sandra played with Eli, fed him, and kept the house spotless. Lydia felt safe. Then came the subtle, disturbing signs. Eli would cry inconsolably when Sandra was out of sight. Certain toys went missing, and strange symbols appeared drawn in chalk around the nursery, symbols Lydia didn't recognize. One night, Lydia returned home unexpectedly. She quietly crept toward the nursery and froze. Sandra was kneeling beside Eli's crib. Candles flickered around her, and she muttered words Lydia couldn't understand. The symbols on the floor glowed faintly in the candlelight. Her hands hovered over Eli, performing movements Lydia recognized from old local rituals, a dark sacrificial practice meant to transfer life or power from one to another. Horrified, Lydia watched as Sandra whispered incantations, using a mixture of herbs and powders over Eli. Every instinct screamed for Lydia to intervene, but fear rooted her in place. This was no ordinary betrayal. This was a ritual that could end her child's life or bind him in some dark fate. Lydia quickly grabbed her phone and recorded the scene. Then, summoning all her courage, she shouted Sandra's name. The maid froze, startled, dropping the powders and candles. Sandra tried to explain frantically, claiming she was empowered to protect him, but her eyes betrayed the truth. Greed and ambition had driven her to dark magic. Authorities were called, and Sandra was arrested, the ritual ingredients confiscated, and the house purified under local elders' guidance. Weeks later, Lydia held Eli safely in her arms, tears flowing. Her home, once a place of trust, had been a stage for dark intentions. She realized that vigilance, love, and courage were the only protection against unseen dangers. Be careful who you invite into your home. Some betrayals are not just emotional, they are dangerous. Love, vigilance, and courage protect your most precious treasures. In Kampala, a mother's trust was almost shattered by dark intentions hidden behind a friendly smile. This story comes from RayTales Africa, where every tale carries lessons for wisdom, courage, and vigilance.